news so that at least sweeten. You know how rats like bite and blow. That we have to do that because otherwise, it's not looking good. So unfortunately, over the last like 72 hours, there's been a lot of road carnage. David, I know you've been
Yeah,
seeing it online,
yeah.
especially
It's
along the
exasperating. It's
yeah.
it's painful.
Especially along the Nairobi Nakuru Eldoret highway,
Yeah.
and I think it now leads to a bigger conversation of what are we doing wrong? And it's a conversation we should have had, honestly, a long time ago. We lost 22 people in a span of 3 days. 6 students yesterday who were in a PSV vehicle that had a head-on collision with a lorry,
Mm-hmm.
and two other accidents over the last week. And it just brings up the question: A, how reckless is our driving? And I think about this in the sense that I saw the EACC arresting a police officer along the same highway yesterday
Mm-hmm.
for taking bribes. So I'm thinking, okay, fine, they're taking bribes there, but vehicles are being driven this recklessly that we can lose 22 lives in a span of, three
Yeah.
days, but someone is busy taking bribes.
Yeah.
And also the fabrication of the vehicles. Are there no standards? Because you look at the scenes of these accidents sometimes and you're like,
The wreckage is quite.
that was a metal box. Calling it a vehicle was a bit
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
I don't know where the conversation goes to from here, but
Unfortunately, we've been having these conversations for decades
yeah.
about road safety issues in Kenya, and there's been campaigns that have been running on different media for so long. And a very big issue here for me is it's not even just about the type of make of the vehicle. It's a behavioral problem. And you and I were having a conversation a couple of minutes ago, and I won't mention the name of the company or anything, and there's a bus that actually said it's going to be having a new route, and they're going to be around Kahauskari. And what did some SACCOs do? They blocked the road. Instead of saying, okay, why do people want vehicle X or whatever? People say it's professional, it's safe, etc. I think the value we put on human lives is lower than the value we put on profits in this country. And that is a very, very big problem. Until we start dealing with that and going to the depth of understanding how we view human life, even from the basis of even parliament where they pass all these laws, put profit aside. Start saying, you know what, lives matter more than anything. In fact, to get profit, you need people to be alive. And you have to start thinking like that. But it's a conversation that's been happening for decades. I don't think it's going to go anywhere, unfortunately. And that really makes me angry.
It sounds almost impossible to do because we've been dealing with this for so long. But think of what John Michuki did in a span of a year, 2 years, actually in a few months. And our matatu industry may not be perfect, but it's a lot better than it was before the Michuki rules, right? So all it takes is actual goodwill and people deciding that, what, lives do actually matter.
Yeah.
To me, it reminds me of the conversation around gun violence in the US. And we always look at them and we're like, what's wrong with these people? What's wrong with these people? They don't value their children's lives.
Yeah.
That's us with roads.
That's
and
true.
It's very easy to, not see the speck in the log in your eye while looking at the speck in someone else's.
That's true. We're going to be coming back and giving you more information, including a Kenyan who's on a mission to conquer Mount Everest. Wow. I'm going to be telling you why I don't climb anything higher than the roof of our house.
That's not